Acentus Real Estate. Apologies for being a little late. We had a couple of technical difficulties to deal with. My name is Alex and I am the UK Sales Manager for Acentus Real Estate, who are an independent property agent. The opportunity we're discussing today is the Metalworks development in Liverpool city centre. Should you have any questions throughout, feel free to use the live chat facility. I will try to answer the questions as we go along. If, however, you need a more detailed answer, I can always answer at the end or directly to yourself via telephone or email. Here we can see the Metalworks. The Metalworks is a two-phase construction. It's 314 units in total, and they are 1-bed, 2-bed and 2-bed duplex apartments. We have 154 units in Block A and 160 units in Block B. So the Metalworks is located perfectly well. Here we can see the actual development itself, which sits just in the northern part of Liverpool city centre, adjacent to what's known as the business district. The business district gives access to the main places of employment for the guys living and working in Liverpool city centre, and the professions around here range from legal, insurance and wealth management companies. Moving a little further away from development, you will come to the first train station. This is Moorfields train station and forms part of the small underground that serves Liverpool city centre to James Street, Central Station and Lime Street. Between those four stations, all of the city centre is served from the retail sector right through to the business sector. Lime Street Station offers direct connects through to London, Manchester and the rest of the UK. These three buildings on the waterfront are known locally as the Three Graces. We have the Royal Liver building, the Cunard building and the Port of Liverpool building. Recently been joined by the fabulous Museum of Liverpool building, which looks over towards the Three Graces. I'm coming to you today from our head office, which is in the Albert Dock, Liverpool, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And I'm actually looking out onto Liverpool 1, which is the largest outdoor shopping centre in the UK and the fourth largest shopping centre of any variety in the UK. And it was just under £1 billion worth of investment delivered to the city in the last couple of years. Directly behind the new retail experience, we have the traditional town centre with many of your shops, bars and restaurants in. To the south of the city, we have the main university campuses, although the university campuses are spread far and wide throughout the city. On the edge of the city, we have the brand new Royal University Hospital as well. Okay, so here we have four of the developments which are happening in the northern part of the city. The first one we'll discuss in a little detail is Liverpool Waters. It's £5.5 billion worth of a £75 billion scheme from Peel, and that's to develop 60 hectares of the northern dockland, creating a mixed-use waterfront in Liverpool city centre. Part and parcel of that is the deep water container terminal, which was opened in September 2016 and is now operational, giving Liverpool the ability to house two of the largest ocean-going freight vessels in the world simultaneously, putting Liverpool perfectly in place to be the UK's and Ireland's transshipment hub. And that becomes very much more important as we consider the effects of Brexit and who Britain's trading partners will be moving forward. Another exciting part of the development in the northern part of the city is Everton's new stadium, which is going into the Bramley Moor dock site. It's going to be a £300 million development, again a mixed-use sports stadium. It's going to be a 50 to 60,000 seater stadium, and the stadium itself is going to form part of Liverpool's bid for the Commonwealth Games. An interesting project that's happening in that part of the city is the 10th Street project. It's a Liverpool City enterprise zone. It's going to create a diverse and independent set of businesses in that part of the city. It's a huge section of 10th Street, and it's going to give that part of Liverpool very much a Camden sort of feel. So here we have an impression of the development where it sits and adjacent to the actual projects we've just been discussing here. So this is all, this here red is the perimeter of the 10th Street project. So you can see just how big that zone is going to be here. Towards the bottom left of the screen, this purple section, you will see is the section which Everton have bought. This is known as Bramley Moor Dock, and this is the part that's going to have a brand new stadium actually put onto the front of the Docklands. And this part here that we can see outlined in blue forms part of Peel's Northern Docklands, which is going to be a mixed-use development. So some highlights as to why Liverpool will be a good area to invest in. 60 million visitors per year annually from the tourists. Number of businesses in the city is at a 5-year high, massively entrepreneurial. And we've seen a huge rise in the amount of business being conducted inside of the city. And if you were as wise as to get in 1981, not that many of you would have been, but you will have seen a 648% increase in the price of your property since then. Okay, so looking to Liverpool and the buy-to-let yields, it is one of the UK's top buy-to-let hotspots. Typical rental yields of between 6 and 8%. Liverpool has an average property price of just £122,000, coupled with a high rental demand, making the Metalworks a perfect fit for our buy-to-let investors, actually allowing them to purchase for under the average cost in Liverpool right now today. Okay, tourism is massively important for the city. Liverpool is actually the 4th most visited city in the UK. It has the most listed buildings in any city of the UK outside of London at over 2,500. We've got one of the UK premier entertainment venues in the Echo Arena. And we also have a magnificent development at the Albert Dock, which is actually a World Heritage site, a UNESCO World Heritage site. Okay, Liverpool also hosts some fabulous events throughout the course of the year. We host the Grand National, which is the oldest, one of the oldest horse races in the world. We house the 2 most successful ever English football teams in Liverpool and Everton Football Club. The region plays host to 2 championship golf courses, that's Open Championship, one of which carries the Royal Standard, which is over at Royal Birkdale. In 2008, the city was awarded European Capital of Culture, opening the door to massive outside of investment and putting the city in a real spotlight. And as I mentioned before, one of the major developments has been the development of Liverpool One, the largest open-air shopping centre in the UK, and that was just shy of £1 billion worth of investment. Okay, just some slides looking at tourism and how important it is to the region. And as we can see, there's considerable growth year on year, both from overseas and domestic tourists. Liverpool is really well served by 2 major airports. First and foremost, we have Liverpool John Lennon, which is right on the doorstep. You can be there in 20 to 30 minutes from Liverpool city centre, and that's using a range of public transports. And further to that, we also have Manchester Airport, which is 30 to 45 minutes away, again widely accessible by road or rail, going by rail from Liverpool Lime Street straight into the terminal at Manchester Airport, whereas Liverpool Airport offers you connections to all major European destinations and indeed hubs to the rest of the world. Manchester Airport can provide you with direct connects all around the globe, Asia, America and further afield. Just looking into the Metalworks now, we have an example here of the beautifully designed interior image of the kitchen. It is worth noting that all of the Metalworks apartments come as standard with all of the white goods you would expect, including the fridge, freezer, washing machine, oven and hob, and that is all at the advertised rates. Okay, so here we have an example of the 1-bed apartment, a typical 1-bed apartment. These are starting at just £99,000 with an entranceway. We have a typical layout of a bathroom separated to the right. To the left, we have the kitchen space and dining area. Moving on into the lounge where we'd have the TV console and the sofa, and looking out, benefiting from the window here. If we move over to the left image, you will see the window is a floor to ceiling window, making best use of the natural light and giving you a fantastic view out over to the rest of the city. Worth noting here that additional furniture packs for your loose furniture are available on request. So having a little look into an example of a typical 2-bed. Again, entering, we do have the bathroom to the right. We have the 2 bedrooms straight opposite us. Some fitted wardrobe space built in here. Again, both bedrooms benefiting from a floor to ceiling window. Moving into the separate lounge area. Again, we have the kitchen space to the left, and then we have the lounge and the entertainment centre onto the right hand side. Again, looking at a magnificent view with the floor to ceiling windows that we have inside of the unit. Okay, so moving on to some of the details of the opportunity we have discussed today. We have a very simple and easy to follow reservation policy, starting with a £5,000 reservation fee, followed by 35%, which is due on exchange. Exchange is 28 days after reservation, and it is 35% less the £5,000 that you have already paid to reserve, with the 65% due on completion. It is worth mentioning at this stage that you can mortgage the 65%. Should you have any questions on that, feel free to drop me a line, and I will be very happy to give you a referral to some UK-based mortgage companies, or if you need an international mortgage broker, we also have those questions again. We also have those referrals again. Sorry, I was reading the questions on the side then. Okay, so some of the other key facts regarding the opportunity. Worth noting that the contracts are assignable after exchange, so you do not need to wait till completion. You could sell the units once you had exchanged the contracts there. Some key points: we are giving a free management offer for 2 years on this development. We're also offering a free of service charge for 2 years. We are giving a 7% rental assurance for the 2 years. The development comes with a 250 years leasehold. Moving on to some of the financial examples that you can see on the screen now. We've got a 5-year projection here based on a cash purchase. So a 1-bed purchase today at $99,000. When we look at the return on the investment over the 5-year period, you'll be looking at recouping just over 62% of your actual investment there, which is obviously proven to be rather attractive to a lot of our investors today. And if we look at one of the 2-bed examples, which is $135,000, your return over the 5-year period will be just shy of 53% for that particular example. Just answering one of the questions that we have been asked in the live chat. We've been asked that, do we have to pay anything during the rental assurance period? Okay, during the 2-year rental assurance period, there is 0 charge for the management of the building, and there is 0 charge on the service charge. The only thing payable during that period is the ground rent, and ground rent at the Metalworks is £500 per unit per annum. So the only charge during the first 2 years, should you wish to take us up on the 2-year assured rental, would quite simply just be the ground rent at £500. Okay, we have another question here regarding the advantages of buying off plan. Okay, the Metalworks development is offered to you off plan today, and it has been valued at around about 11% under. Hence, when the apartments are actually completed, The estimations, and they are cautious estimations that we have at this time, are suggesting that your 2-bed apartments will be worth just over £110,000. So one of the major advantages that you will see from buying off plan is that you do get the unit at a discounted rate. And also you will actually be able to benefit from some of the amazing offers, such as the 2 years rental assurance at 7%, and also benefit from the free management and the 0 service charge for 2 years there as well. Okay, well, that brings us pretty much to the end of the presentation. So thank you very much for your time today, and thank you for watching, and thank you for those guys who had offered a question. Should you wish to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that now. You'll have instant access to some of the other videos that we've created and some of the other tips that we have, reasons as to why buy-to-let is a good option at the moment, and several other helpful hints relating to tax and any other sort of accounting issues you may have in relation to your buy-to-let portfolio. Anybody who has more detailed questions, I am available immediately following this presentation. My telephone number is on the screen now. Also, feel free to email me directly, and I'll be very happy to return to you with any information you may require. If you head on over to the Metalworks website, which is www.themetalworksliverpool.com, that's www.themetalworksliverpool.com. Now you will be able to download the brochure and find some additional information regarding the development. Should anyone wish to book a meeting, feel free to get hold of me. I'll be delighted to welcome you over to the Albert Dock, take you through a full presentation, and also take you over to site, which is less than 5 minutes from our offices, and also give you a little tour around Liverpool so you can see where the development is in relation to everything else inside of the city. So to summarise, we've been discussing the Metalworks here today. Apartments available from £99,000, 7% rental assurance, free management for 2 years, free of service charge for 2 years, and an insurance-backed deposit to 25% is available. Contact details are on the screen now, and I'm very happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much for your time today. Bye-bye now.